Hey, Bob's Burgers fans, we are talking season 7, episode 7, which was the Christmas episode, which I was not prepared for, but also really excited, which was called The Last Gingerbread House on the Left. I will see you after the opening.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Happy holidays, Bob's Burgers fans! We are back here at AFTERBUZZ TV. Oh, look at the pretty lights! Sorry, they took me off guard. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Hello! I am your host, Alexis Torres. You can find me all over social media at atorres890. That's ATORRES 890. Emma Fife is not here. She is out doing actually holiday stuff.
She's already on the holidays.
She's already there, but of course I have my partner in crime over here.
Hey, what's up, world/internet? Hey, it's Andrew Mena coming at you live from the AFTERBUZZ studio. You can find me on the Twitter at Andrew Mena if you feel like talking to me. Someone must.
I do.
Good.
I like talking to you all the time, especially about Bob's Burgers. Don't forget, guys, you can find this after show on iTunes, YouTube, where we're actually talking right now. Don't forget to leave us a comment, a comment or a rating or some sort of review that gives us 5 stars or 4 stars because the other stars do not work. Oh, thank you. I was like, I forgot that you did a show with Gail. So, but yeah, that we would love that very much, especially because this episode was like packed with so much stuff, especially with Bob mostly, because I know that we usually with our holiday episodes, it's usually Bob trying to figure out something that has to do with the family, where it's just like this giant kerfuffle of something. But this time it wasn't really a problem. It was more of just Bob being Bob.
Even though it was a lot of like Bob having his own little adventure with the Fischoeder thing, it was still like more like the reason he was doing it was for the family. Like
which is every holiday episode is something for the family.
They found a way to bring it back around.
Yeah, which is nice because for last week's episode, which again I like that we had an episode the next week instead of waiting a week later. That we didn't get a Bob trying to cook Thanksgiving dinner catastrophe. So this one's kind of the same, where he wasn't trying to cook anything, or he wasn't trying to like make a Christmas dinner in any way, shape, and form. He was just trying to find money. Right. Which I feel like everybody can.
It's a much more like simple and realistic problem.
Yeah, but the resolution for it was kind of weird. Yeah. Because that would never. Well, I mean, I don't know. My circles don't end up in a gingerbread making competition.
If you ever do, though.
Was it underground gingerbread making, I guess would be the phrase? Oh, my word. But so why don't we talk about
dungeon.
I love it. That's what we call the basement. Felix is great. Yeah. So if you couldn't tell, we have Mr. Fischoeder and Felix back in the mix because they get a strange request from him. But before we get to that, I want to talk about our B team, which is Linda, just to get that out of the not to get it out of the way, but because it was a little bit of a shorter story.
Let's get it out of the way, though.
Well, no, but it was kind of cute.
Okay, you're right.
So Linda and Bob in the beginning of the episode are talking about how they don't have enough money to get presents for the kids.
Right.
I love how Linda's just like, it's okay, the kids understand that, it's a little hard to get presents. It's not all about that. And of course, Louise is on it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, that's normal. I feel like we've all kind of been there.
We are kids.
Yeah, I mean,
we do not agree with this.
Like I'm in the same boat sometimes. Cause I'm like, Mom, what'd you get me? Hey, Mom, what'd you get me? Hey, Mom, what'd you get me? I love you, but what'd you get me? So Linda has a great idea while she goes out shopping for groceries that she found these really cute little Christmas light necklaces, and she wants to start the Belcher family carolers. Oh my God. This made me excited because I had to do that when I was younger.
Did you really?
I did.
That's crazy.
My grandmother loves singing anything in general. That's why she's my Linda. But when Christmas came around, she was like, oh, Alex likes to sing too. Let's drag the entire family and try to sing to our neighbors.
Wow.
The exact same reaction that Linda got with the rest of the Belchers walking around this neighborhood was the same exact ones. Like some of them really enjoyed it and they gave us like money. Some people gave us like treats, and then some people like invited us in, which my mom was like, no.
Yeah, like I'm worried about the protocols of that. Like if you showed up at my house now and like started singing and be like, oh, cool.
Yeah, it's always awkward because
here's some Pop-Tarts. This is what I have.
I mean, it felt like an awkward Halloween.
Yes,
where people
that's
were like,
what it. Yeah.
I don't have anything for you. And we're like, no, we just want to. My grandmother was only about singing about like, oh yeah, this is just to make your day brighter. And there were some people who were like, oh, I'm having a terrible year. Yeah. That was very nice of you. And then some people were like, like, please go away. And we're like, okay, sorry.
And we see all of those people in this episode.
Yes. But I mean, it's more of those.
Oh, the door is closing.
I love that.
That woman was
like,
amazing.
Oh no, the door's closing on you. But yeah, so the Belchers go out as they're dropping off Bob because Mr. Fischoeder called right before they were about to go caroling.
Ask them to deliver some foods.
Four
or 5 foods.
4 or 5 foods only. And which I love. As soon as he said that, I was like, something's up. And I love how the kids were like, oh man, it must be a human sacrifice, or you must be, or it must be an adult sensual party, which obviously was Tina's choice.
Right.
And I love how Jean was like, you need to get a Venetian mask and a thong, stat.
Boom.
And I was like, why does that remind me of a movie? But I don't know what movie it is. But anyway.
A sexy movie.
Something. There's some sort of sexy movie that's where that reminds me of. Also on the TV before we left, we actually got to see this albino polar bear, which I was like,
gosh.
but polar bears are already white.
Already white? So is it that special?
I'm just confused. I mean, obviously his eyes
pink
were
eyes.
pink.
Yeah.
So
That's it. That's all of
that was it, right? Okay.
It's just for the color of the eyes.
I'm so confused.
I think, I don't, internet, tell me if I'm wrong, internet, but I think that polar bear's skin is actually not white, that their fur is just white. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's true.
I mean, that makes sense because their fur is white. I don't know what they look like underneath. So, I mean, I don't want
Terrifying,
to.
I imagine.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to.
I feel like I've seen a picture of a shaven polar bear, and it's like gray or black or
maybe
like a
that would
darker
make
color.
sense.
And it also is terrifying.
But still, I was just like, albino polar bear. They're already...
It's already white. Yeah.
Oh gosh. But anyway, the burger of the day, which I forgot to talk about because we didn't actually get our normal opening. Actually, it was like we went straight into the episode, so I was like, oh, okay. But it was away in a mango burger, $5.75.
Away in a mango burger.
Away in a mango burger, and I was like, I can eat that. That sounds great. I'm hoping for a volume 2 of Bob's Burgers Cookbook because there's a lot of burgers of the day that I would like to try. But yeah, so pretty much we got to see a cute little news clip of the cute polar bear and how they want to love it forever. And I love Louise's quote, which was like, "Oh, it's so disgusting. I love it," or something like that, which is true. But before Linda goes off to Carol, Bob drops off he's there to drop off the 4 or 5 foods for Fischoeder. Felix greets him at the door and asks what's the password.
Of course. And he doesn't know it, even though it's so obvious.
Oh yeah. What's the password, Andrew?
Pee pee poo poo 1 2 3 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
Cocoon.
Yeah, I'm like, how did you not know that, Bob? Andrew knew that.
Checked off the list.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Step up, Bob.
Get level up, buddy.
Level up, brah.
Level.
Get good, scrub.
Do better. So, like,
what are we doing?
I don't know. I enjoyed it. So, but I love how like we were just talking about how there was like some weird adult dungeon kind of thing, and immediately Felix is like, "Oh, I'll take you down to the basement."
Yeah.
But we actually call it the dungeon. And I love how immediately, as I felt the same way, Bob was like, "Oh God, please don't let it be anything horrible. Please don't let it be anything horrible." And I wrote it down. It's the Gingerbread Gentleman's annual Gingerbread House competition. So underground gingerbread house competition.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Would you do
this?
this?
Kumite of gingerbread.
Would you do it?
I would, but I'm not very good, so I'd probably end up wearing the pan.
I love how they had to wear a bedpan if you lost.
If you're a loser,
and
you have
Mr. Fischoeder was he lost every year.
Every year. It's a lot of pressure.
I've never built a gingerbread house, so I wouldn't even know where to start.
God, what did Bob was doing something that they complimented where he like in order to like make
the base, I guess?
No. So in order to make like a roof or whatever, he was basically like cutting the gingerbread thing so he could like make it, you know what I mean, like a roof.
What? No way. I didn't even see that.
Because then they're all like, oh, well, just watch, he's doing it so great, and they all like watched or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know what he was
making. And that
making.
was right before he was raking. Oh, what's the word? It's not raking. It's
I don't know. I'll check the chat. Maybe
anyway,
people know in the
maybe
chat.
someone in the chat knows.
Yeah.
There's a word for it, but where he had the knife and he was just cutting a groove in it so that he could bend it without it breaking.
So crazy.
And I was really impressed. I was like, oh, Bob, that's clearly the fanciest one.
But I also love that it was also sentimental to him because the whole point.
His mom did it.
Yeah, before like that was like a thing they did every holiday before she died. But I thought it was interesting because, excuse me, that Mr. Fischoeder, who's a terrible person, at heart. Let's just be honest.
Objectively,
That he wanted Bob to lose the competition so that he wouldn't lose.
Right.
And because he was a guest competitor, which was interesting. But yeah, I loved that little snippet. Like, we didn't even have to go back to that. It was just something that just threw out, and we're like, oh, Bob, that was nice. I mean, we got to see your dad a few Christmases ago, which was kind of nice. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. So it's kind of nice to bring his family back into it. But
yeah, we don't have a great sense of his relationship with his mom, you know?
Yeah,
like,
we just know that his relationship with his dad is very rough because,
right, it's a little strained.
Yeah, but
they want different things, but they do the same thing.
Yeah, so I liked that. It was kind of nice to see that in there since we didn't get to see most of the family. I want to know what's happening with Gail. We'll get back to that. But
I know, where was Gail in this caroling thing? Like,
I think she would have enjoyed the
it.
crap out of that.
Yeah.
I'm upset. I'm assuming maybe the voice actress is probably busy.
Isn't it Megan Mullally?
I thought so.
I think so too.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
Megan Mullally.
But
probably you.
But I love our list of gentlemen who decided to do their gingerbread house. We have Godfrey the Judge, who falls asleep because he's old, very old.
He's been doing it since the beginning.
We have August. Augie. Yeah, Augie. Scharfenheimer, I think. Scarfenheimer. I might have butchered that, and I apologize. But Augie.
Lightly German.
Yes. I mean, he was pretty German. He's pretty German.
Yeah.
We had Randolph Bracken Brown with a arched eyebrow that does not go.
Guy.
Yeah, he.
It's a medical thing.
He was in competition mode, but it was also a medical thing. He cannot put it down if he wanted to. I love how it twitched too. Like he was like struggling.
He was really trying.
I felt really bad for him. And then my favorite out of the entire one, because he just gets me, is Samuel Summerbottom. My favorite line, because again, he was just the best. I enjoyed him because the two lines that came out of this man's mouth is he likes his houses, his gingerbread houses, like his women, sturdy and ginger. And I was like, this guy knows me. You guys know about my weird, terrible, unhealthy obsession with redheads. And
sturdy ginger.
And I'll take it. And and the fact that when Bob asked all these gentlemen, except for Godfrey, because I think he was asleep at this point in time, like what they were doing for Christmas, one guy wanted to flip an island, literally. And I was like, I feel like that's not a good idea, but
that was Augie, yeah.
Yeah. That was Augie, wasn't it? I didn't even think about that. I think Randolph wanted to... I don't know what he wanted to do. I forgot now.
I don't remember either.
Yeah. But Samuel Summerbottom's like, I'm going to get a new penis. And I was like,
treat myself to a new penis.
Oh, good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't we all? But
you can afford it,
hey, good for you.
Do what you do.
Clearly, we got from all of these gentlemen is that they have enough money to do whatever they want.
Whatever they want.
Yeah.
At all.
So... good on you, gentlemen. That's great.
Which I loved their gun table, and just put your guns on the gun table. I didn't bring any guns.
Oh, that's strange.
Interesting.
Yeah, like I was just like, what? And they all had secondary weapons underneath too. So
absolutely.
I was like,
they were all ready to go.
I was like, okay. But anyway, so pretty much, Fischoeder, as typical fashion of him, he went too far with the insults, and Bob was like, I'm done.
Yep.
Bring it on, buddy. I'm here to win, because the prize, if you win, is that everybody these guys made a generous donation to the zoo to cuddle the albino polar bear, Mitty, I think is his name. And he was like, oh, my kids would love that, because the only reason Bob was here...
Are you sure that the kids would love that?
No, obviously we know Bob would want to, but...
No, I know.
Oh, you're talking about Fischoeder
was like, why would kids love
because
baby
kids
animals?
love cute baby animals.
I don't think that's right.
He's just like, what?
Yeah, he just is like, factually, I feel like that's incorrect.
I felt like it was like a Dwight moment where it was like, fact, or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh.
Shrewd fact.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
But pretty much the only reason Bob was there was because Fischoeder told him that if he did this and lost, that he wouldn't have to pay next month's rent, which is nice.
And they could use that money to get better Christmas presents for the kids.
Yeah, which, I mean, Fischoeder didn't agree with. But
it's all about the kids.
Yeah, it's all about the kids, which I loved.
It's like, not what I would do, Bob, but whatever.
I mean, hey, at least he didn't, like, completely criticize him on it. He was just like, okay, well, that's not what I would do with that money, but sure.
I love that. I feel like that's almost more insulting in a way, where he's just like, you go ahead and make your mistakes, Bob. I'm going to stand here and be wealthy.
Yep. Oh, God, I hate him. I mean, like, I hate him for certain reasons, but at the same time, I don't ever want to not see him.
Right.
I need him in the episode.
I think Fischoeder is one of my favorite characters.
He's just so silly.
Yeah.
I love it. But he he hurt me a little bit with those insults. It hurt a lot watching him.
He also
do that.
loves Bob. Like, he does.
Yeah,
love
like, let's
Bob.
be honest. He wouldn't invite, like, he could have called anybody, but he called Bob.
Yeah.
So obviously Bob is special to him. But speaking of special, I enjoyed Linda and the kids and Teddy, which I love that Teddy was involved in the caroling.
Teddy is so gung-ho.
Adorable. That they went around from house to house caroling, expecting hot chocolate, cider, random cinnamon, which I was like, were they just going to give you a pile?
Like a mouthful?
A mouthful of cinnamon, a bunch of cinnamon. Like, I don't know how that works.
So entitled to all
They were
of
ready
that,
to
too.
go.
Yeah.
They wanted the things.
Yes.
And every single place. I mean, at least the first one, it wasn't like he was trying to. He just said, I don't have any of those things.
I don't have any of that. Yeah.
I don't have hot chocolate or cider or cinnamon.
Sorry.
We had my favorite lady who was like, "Oh no, the door is
I want to use. I gotta use that on something.
You have to.
Oh no, the door is closing.
It's closing.
Oh no, sorry.
And Elvis just like slowly.
It's really way slow.
And the guy was like, "Okay, thanks." And he, like,
just
slowly, just like,
drifts
I just
away.
want to shut this door on you.
Yeah.
It was great. And of course, they were feeling defeated, but then Teddy was telling this ridiculous story about this one house that was very dark, had no lights on it. And at the very end of the night, Louise is like, gosh darn it, if I'm not going to get, hot chocolate and all these other things, I'm going to at least go to this give this guy some Christmas cheer.
Yeah.
Yep. So they go to the house, and I love how immediately when the door opens, the guy's standing there with a giant butcher knife.
Big old knife.
Hello. And I was like, oh!
Yeah. So creepy.
But
and then
I love that their first...
away.
Yeah, no, that would be my first... Like, what would you do if, let's say, you and I were caroling with a bunch of people, and some guy just opened his door?
The door with a knife, just run. Just turn and run.
So you do exactly what the Belchers did?
Exactly.
I love that. So they come back because he's like, oh, God. Like, they were hiding behind this giant bush, and he, like, still had the knife in hand, mind you. And, like,
was like, put it down.
Hey, no. He's like, no, we have better things to do. I need to find these people.
Yeah. Well, where did they go?
I love he's just like, oh, let me go find them. Yeah. And he moves the bushes out of the way with his knife in hand. And,
of course.
And he's like, oh, wait, guys, where are you going? And pretty much he's like, oh, I love carolers. And so they try to sing very slowly, stepping towards him. And we had a very interesting song from him that was in all Latin.
Mostly Latin, yeah.
Except for in Bethlehem.
In Bethlehem.
I love that you pointed that out. Where it was
Yeah.
just like, everything else is in Latin except for that one phrase. I'm assuming he doesn't know that in Latin.
Bethlehem, I guess, probably is in Latin because it's a name of a place.
I know. It was just,
in.
Yeah, I was like, you can probably find a word for that, right? No?
Isn't there a Latin equivalent? All right, whatever.
But it worked out for me.
Yeah. It was a pretty little falsetto.
Oh, it was wonderful.
It reminded me of like mafia movies where they do that thing because it also came to a head right when everyone pulled their guns.
So apparently, as they're doing, Godfrey was coming down, judging around the table. We were getting a lot of feisty arguments throughout that time too. A lot of people were hogging things. Randolph ate the chocolate Santa. It just caused an uproar. The last one, which I was like, I don't see any other Christmas Santas or chocolate Santas on your things, but sure. But I love that he needed candy canes for his little cripples in the front of his house.
Candy cripples, yeah. I like that
what?
too. I was like, what a good use of a candy cane.
I guess. I mean, I would use one, but I feel like it would just get sticky everywhere. Or, I mean, it is LA. It would just melt. But yeah, it was just, there was a lot of arguments, but I love that Bob's looked really good structurally. And then just all of a sudden, everyone just was like, I'm not hiding a secondary weapon.
Yeah, and it was just a Mexican standoff.
And I love how Bob's like, what is happening? It's like, we're aiming our guns at all the other gingerbread houses.
And I just loved Bob's little speech where he's like, hey, you guys are like a weird little family, and it's beautiful in a way. And I think that's, you should realize that you are lucky to have this, right? And then, of course, break that moment when Fischoeder's like, allow me to disagree, or whatever.
Yeah, and he just shoots Bob's, in slow motion, mind you, his gingerbread house first. Felix shoots Fischoeder's, and then everybody else is just shooting around the
Everybody's
table.
shooting everything.
And then Godfrey's sitting there in his wheelchair shooting up at the...
just shooting for the sake of shooting.
Because I guess he couldn't really... I mean, everything was already ruined, so he's like, I'm just gonna sit here. And he's just going at it, and it was just... Wow, someone could have gotten really hurt at this point in time.
Someone could have gotten murdered.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Which is why Bob was mad.
Yeah, he was like, I could have became a casualty. Yes. Yes, you could have. That would have been...
Gingerbread house massacre.
Can you imagine?
Oh, gosh.
That'd be terrible if they came back to the house, they're caroling, and they're like, why is no one answering the door? And then just death.
Just a room of death.
Oh my God.
That's the dark version of Bob's.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people wouldn't be alive if there was a dark version of Bob's Burgers.
Oh man, that's true.
After all the close stuff, especially with Fischoeder. Anytime he's with Fischoeder, he almost dies.
Anytime Fischoeder's here, everyone dies.
Yeah. Maybe he's just a bringer of death. That's what's happening.
So, online, tweeted us. Do you think Mr. Fischoeder is the angel of death?
The angel of death.
I think he might be. There's a lot of compelling evidence.
Oh, God. was hysterical.
Matt Pat on game theory, film theory. Why don't you break this down?
I'm
Is he
down.
the angel of death?
I want it. I want it so bad.
Guns always come out around Fischoeder.
Yeah, or like when he got tied to the pier and stuff. Like, come on.
And even then, Felix had a gun on him, like while they were in the little boat down there.
Too
finish
much.
the job.
Too much, guys.
Quite a bit.
I can't do it anymore. But pretty much, Bob won because he was the only house that didn't have as much stuff on it.
He's the most structurally sound still after the shooting.
Yeah, after everything that went down. And then he was nice enough to share. I love how like they finished and they were putting on their coats to go home, and the carolers, which was Linda and the kids and Teddy and our new buddy Oscar, because he had a beautiful singing voice.
He did.
We're singing
He was their soprano.
I know, how cute. And that they sang Christmas is Not Christmas Without You, I believe, or Without Us, excuse me.
Is that a real song?
I have no idea.
I think they must have written that for
I'm
this.
hoping that's what it was, because that would have been great. And they were like, should we shoot them?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is not how we solve things, people, like, move on.
I love that was their inclination, though. Like, do we shoot
them? What do we do? We can't just stand here. But then it just ends with us taking out the song, and they sang with them at the very end of the credits, and it was just very sweet. But we also got to see the kids cuddling the polar bear.
And Bob invited the group of men to cuddle it too. I thought that was so sweet.
Here we go, come to the cuddle bug.
Yeah, that was really cute. I just thought it just shows us why we love Bob so much, because he's the kind of guy that even if he wins, he shares his success.
Yeah, because he didn't have to do that. He's like, you guys almost killed me. Get out of here.
Yeah, they like literally shot at him.
Yeah, but he was like, no.
His house, but yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, but like. Yeah. They were like, no, I want you guys to be a part of this, because I feel like, you guys don't really, I mean, you guys clearly don't want to see your family, but you can hang out with mine. And I love that Fischoeder even realized, he's like, your little family, yours is not so bad.
Yeah, they're lucky to have you.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, so sweet, even though you tried to kill Bob several times, you jerk. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't think that rent paycheck isn't going anywhere. I think he has to pay that.
I think he's still going to have to pay full price.
Yeah, but it's okay. We got a very heartfelt Christmas episode, which is nice. So,
I really enjoyed it. I think it really earned its like heartfelt status too. I think that like last moment was really well earned.
Yeah. So, what was your favorite part of the entire episode?
Oh man, I mean, I
besides
love,
that.
So Bob's A story with the table of gingerbread houses is just my favorite part, because of the dynamic of these crazy old men. Anytime we get eccentricity, like that's why I would love Fischoeder so much. But like anytime we get eccentricity to that level, like these guys have been doing this for years. Like I love the history building of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like these are guys that Fischoeder sees every year. And who are they?
I know. I'm like, who are you? Do you guys own stuff in this town? Are you from out of town? Do you fly here for these?
I only recognized one of the voice actors among them, Andy Daly, the comedian, who played the guy who did your lines that you love so much.
It was so good.
So funny. I just, and that's such a treat too. She'll be like, oh, that comedian, I totally recognize that one.
I might have to look back and see who played those men. Because I need to know.
I'm probably going to after this, but yeah. I loved that whole story.
I thought the entire Christmas episode was good. Emma, you missed a good one, girl. Like,
Emma, we miss you, but you better be watching this, Bob's.
I know. I need to know what you thought, because this is great. The thing is, we don't know actually if we are getting an episode next week, because we got the Christmas episode so early. Yeah. So if you guys know anything, definitely tweet at us, because I would like to know. Definitely there's no predictions, because I don't know I don't know if this was the end or not.
Who knows?
Again, so right now, just keep up with us on Twitter, and we'll let you know if we have an episode next week or 2 weeks or after the break. We're not quite sure. But Andrew, are you up to anything?
I'm up to all the things. If you guys ever want to find me anywhere, just check out www.andrewmenacomedy.com or go to gsquad6.com. That's my sketch group. We make the comedy videos pretty much every week.
That's awesome. Are you on any after shows right now?
I'm totally on an after show right now. We're doing Van Helsing. That happened earlier tonight, so that's on Sundays as well. We got I think one more episode before our finale as well.
Man, everything's wrapping up.
Everything's wrapping up. It's the rapping time.
Well,
the rapping season.
That's actually true.
See what we did? We brought it right around.
Anyway,
sorry.
It's okay. It's just those puns, man. They kill me. You can find Emma5. She's doing a bunch of stuff right now, so definitely follow her on Twitter, because that's where she puts everything out. It's at Emma5. That's all F's as in Frank, not S's as in Snake. You can find them all over. Not find them, but you can find her all over there. I know she's
I'm pretty sure wherever Emma5s are sold.
Exactly.
Right.
Thank thank you for putting that out there.
no worries.
But yeah, I know she's on the Sailor Moon podcast, which I don't think that's coming up anytime soon, but she has her own Sailor Moon podcast. If you love Sailor Moon, definitely check it out. Love and Justice. She does Robots in Disguise, Star Wars Rebels. I think that's it. Well,
Ash vs. the Evil Dead?
yeah, I'm not quite sure if that's happening tonight, but if she misses it, you'll see her next week. But I am also Alexis Torres. You can find me all over social media as atorres890. That's ATORRES 890. You can find me on a bunch of after shows here as well. I am on Timeless, which happens tomorrow. Lethal Weapon on Wednesdays. It's really nice.
Is it?
You should check it out. It's real
have to
funny. Then Nightcap, which is Pop's new original comedy. You should check that out. It's also on Wednesday nights. I think we're taping at 10. And then Thursdays, I will be back for Supernatural this week. So definitely check that out. But also during the holidays, I just bought Overwatch. Andrew would understand.
Snap.
So I'm going to start doing my Twitch streams with Overwatch because I am terrible at it. And I feel like people should watch me
we
be
should
terrible
definitely join
at
you
it.
for that.
Yes, it's quite the thing. But I'll put my PSN down there and you guys will check it out. But guys, thank you so much. Again, if we don't see you for the holidays, happy holidays. If we do see you next week, definitely check out our Twitters and we'll let you know. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz, see you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.